2015 Subaru WRX. Now I know, before you say it or comment it down below, we have done a lot of WRX reviews. I know that, I'm aware of that, but we have not done a 2015 WRX manual. And just to start, this thing is a fucking goddamn race car, excuse my language. If I had a WRX, this is exactly how I would have it. So there's obviously a lot done to this car. It looks like a goddamn race car, but it is actually dailied, and the owner has a kid. If that doesn't just scream that you can have a race car and have it be a daily family car, then I don't know what does. Because there's no excuse that any car lover out there shouldn't have this car and have it set up with the big wang just like the owner does. There's no excuse for any of you. We're on sways and struts rear and back, RSR coilovers. Power-wise, we have an RD engineering turbo. We have an aftermarket top mount intercooler. We're on 91 gas, but 340 horsepower and 380 foot-pounds of torque to the wheel. I just don't get sick of that. Like, this car makes me very happy. Now, if you're wondering about the way this sounds, because I know this car sounds mad, it's basically straight piped all the way from the header back. Phenomenal. I always talk about the interior in this car because I love it. I said this in the last WRX review. The 2015 WRX stock, I'm not that big of a fan of it. I'm really not. But when you do the mods, and we have, like, okay, the Honda SI, I'm telling you guys, Hondas love me. This SI is trying to show us that he has more power than us. VTEC. So unless you make it look like a race car, like the WRX we're in right now, I'm not that big of a fan of the way it looks stock. But with the big wing on the back, which I love, and I know there's going to be a lot of love-hate relationship with that thing, but this car is dressed up in APR splitters, and you got the canards and the big wing in the back, and I think the car should come like that. They should absolutely come like that. The owner said that in the RSR coils were on full stiff, as he does take us to the track. Before you guys say, oh, what a racer, he did that, he doesn't even take it to the track. He does, and he also did drags in this car too. A downshift in the third gear, we're at 3.5 RPM. We're on 20 pounds of boost. I haven't said that already. Let's roll into it. Super smooth, super smooth. The last WRX we did was just on a Cobb tune, and it kind of felt like it was starving. It was like it was starving, especially when you got it on 5,000. And I was a little disappointed, but now that I'm in this car, and it's tuned properly, and again, has the big turbo upgrade. Second gear too, and it's gradual. Body roll, oh my God, there's no body roll. Yeah, it's very minimal. From a stock suspension that we drove last week to this, fully stiffed out with the sways front and rear, and with the coils. That was planted. And also too, it tells me what gear I'm in. I'm in a manual transmission car, and it's telling me what gear I'm in. If that's not luxury, then I don't know what is. And speaking of transmission, the transmissions in the WRX versus the STI, the WRX transmissions are always slotchy and kind of gross. But this actually has a flossy shift knob, which you guys know that I love, and it's pretty good. It's still kind of a long throw, but we do have bushings and a shifter stopper here, and I can feel that, but it's still a little bit long, but it's not like it's imprecise. I do know what gear it's going into, and I'm confident with it. But you kind of have to really have to throw it in to get it all the way in. You kind of have to push it, which is fine, but first gear is ridiculous. So we're on a little bend here. Big brakes, feel it, you can feel it, you can feel it, kind of. Yeah, you can feel the brakes. You know that those are in stock. I mean, you get on it, like I said, this car is not the lightest car in the world. Second gear at 4.5, roll straight into it, all the way to 6,800. Wow. I'm really in love with this car. I'm falling in love. And it's something about reliable power, smooth power, doesn't feel janky, and nice leather seats with a tack that tells me what gear I'm in, and a little boost gauge in front of me, and air conditioning that I love. First gear is just an orchestra. It reminds me from the scene in School of Rock where the teacher, Ned Schneebly, says, "Nice pipes, Tamika." If this is my car, her name would be Tamika, because she's got some nice pipes. And the exhaust backs up the way the car looks too. It's not like the car looks super aggressive and it doesn't have any power. This would walk an STI. I'm gonna downshift a second, right at the top of the RPM, and it's cranking out the last bit of boost I can. And then when you want, you just neutral, and the cops can't find you until they look at your car and they obviously know it's coming from you because RACECAR, but you can go into stealth mode when you want to, kinda, a little bit. No, not really, no, you can't, but trade-offs. Oh, the crackles, like I'm dropping off some firecrackers as we drive by people. I'm having trouble finding something wrong with this car. And if I was to say one thing, it would be how long the throw is. But that's what you get with the WRX. If you really hate it that much, you have to go with the STI. But when you go with the STI in 2015, you get the EJ, and quite frankly, I'm an FA guy. Especially having an 86, the FA motor I think is a better power plant than the EJ. And it's going to show too, when you do bigger boosts and when you go boost in the FA, you can stay on stock internals longer than you can in an EJ. And I know a lot of you guys hate that. You go, oh, you should never be on stock internals, but that's life, that's reality. Not everybody has thousands of dollars to dump into going forged internals. But you can do it, and it's okay for a certain amount of time. But you get what I'm saying. First gear, my favorite gear. Something about that WRX rasp that, I don't know, it's just nice pipes, Tamika, nice pipes. See, I kind of sometimes go into fifth rather than third, and that's kind of where that transmission, it's like, it's a little long, and you kind of wait, is it third or is it fifth? But again, I'm just driving this car for a little bit. If this was something you drove every single day, that would obviously not be a problem. That's just getting nitpicky. But like I said, that's like the one thing that I would have to say about the car. It's that it could be a little bit better in that aspect. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this little review. I want you guys to follow the owner of this car in the area because this is a build worth keeping an eye on. I will put it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had just as much fun as watching this as I did driving it, because I know this smile did not leave my face. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Peace out.
Motivation is contagious. Hang out with those who inspire you and strive not to be like them, but only a better version of yourself. You will learn that there is a difference between alone and lonely. Life isn't always easy, but that's the beauty of it. You will learn how to be truly happy, and as much as you don't